Between you and me, I have no idea what I'm doing. I never have. I'm just making it up. I missed one. On camera too, always on camera. Hey guys, wanted to talk about some of the issues I ran into with this APXA1, trying to mount an optic and stuff, and finding a holster to fit. Which, real quick, if you have an APXA1 like that, and you found a good holster for it, please let me know where you found it, because I have had just a nightmare finding one that works. I found some for just kind of like a bare pistol, found some with the pistol and light, but pistol light red dot, almost impossible. And I've also heard that the A1 does not fit the original generation holsters. I don't know if that's true. I didn't want to spend the money to find out, but I've read that in multiple places. Seen some people on Beretta's website claiming, hey, you said this was going to fit my A1, and it doesn't. So let me know if you got any suggestions, any experience there. Real quick, holsters. This is the Filster Floodlight. One of them, I think. Which one is it? I had it pulled up. I don't think it's the Enigma. I think it's just a floodlight. Retentions to the light, which in this case is the TLR1. And then the front is like a bungee thing. There's different ones you can use for different tensions. It works. It's APX a little fat, so it's a really snug fit. I'm gonna leave it in there for a while. Just got it. Let's see if that kind of stretches that bungee out. They sent a bigger bungee to for fatter guns, but honestly, it looks like a real pain to change all this out. I'm pretty sure I would screw it up, so I'm just gonna leave it in here and see if it stretches out. So, optic. I knew I wanted to do an optic. I wasn't sure which one. I kind of go with like the Holosuns. I love Trijicon, but they're just a pain with, you know, just everything involved. I don't want to take it off to change a battery. You know, it's just a nightmare. I have the worst luck with screws scripting out. And apparently, a lot of people have that problem with the A1. I was not aware of this because I didn't research it. You know, that's me, just, you know, rolling, pants flying in the wind. Speaking of that, don't look down right now because I don't have any pants on. ADD moment, I lost my train of thought. Where were we? APX1, putting an optic on. So, trying to remove the factory slide plate. Already trouble. The screws were in there crazy tight. I don't know how tight. I just know it was a lot of effort with an Allen key to get that thing to break loose. The first screw I thought was going to strip out. It didn't. It broke loose. Second screw, with the slightest bit of pressure, rounded right off. Just gone. It didn't look too bad at first, but everything I did just made it worse. Anything I put in there, torque head, bigger Allen key, it just kept rounding off. It's like the screws made out of paper mache. Immediately tried to go to some different sizes. I usually try to use like a torque bit to fit in that hex head. Kind of tap it in there, get that extra bite on there. Not having it, just, I don't know if the screw is just too tight or just the screws are not made very well. It would just strip out and just round off the internal just instantly, the little bit of pressure. So I do have some footage just kind of while I was working on it. I was documenting because I was really pissed off. I don't know who at Beretta tightens these things, but like, you got to get a torque wrench, dude. I'm out here at 10 o'clock at night in a thunderstorm because apparently I can't let stuff go. Just trying to put an optic on, man, just stripping everything out. Like, come on. Went outside, tried to use, I have like a little T-handle, like extractor bit set, you know, for, you know, tap and die, that kind of stuff. I was going to try that. It just is so shallow, I couldn't get deep enough in there to, you know, actually grab it and turn it. So I tried that. I wasn't really expecting that to work. And then I tried the other idea, which was putting JB Weld in the screw head, tapping a bit in there, and just, you know, once it's set up, you know, 24 hours or so, break it right off. That's worked for me in the past with some other stuff. So the bit extraction, or the screw extraction, I should say, didn't work. Still jacked up, rounded off. I'm picking a bit to sacrifice. I feel like that one's a tight fit. Try to do this on camera. I might try to go one size up. It's a little loose. My last idea is not a great idea, but it may work. JB Weld. I'm gonna fill it up and let it set overnight. Try it tomorrow when I get off. This is ridiculous. Beretta, they're not gonna fall off at 15 inch-pounds. I don't need 100. I actually thought that this worked. I hold it up to the camera all excited here in a second, and no, I saw something turn. It was just the JB Weld stripping out. I thought it worked, but it didn't. And man, that was a bummer because I knew I was going to go back to drilling. Don't tell me that didn't work. You kidding me? Yep. That did not work. All right, I'm going to go dry now. Didn't work this time. So, where are we at now? Now I turn to the internet. And the internet showed me that a lot of people had the same issue with the A1. Saw a lot of threads about it, a lot of videos about it. And one guy that I can't remember, if I find it while I'm editing this, I'll be sure to mention him. Thanks to this guy right here, I was able to use the speed out and get this thing out. So if you're watching this, go ahead and give this guy a like and a follow because he's earned it. Man, you saved me a lot of trouble. He showed that he just used a speed out. I thought the speed out would be too big. I thought the screw was going to be way too small for a speed out, so I tried to go with smaller hand tools first. So I went and found the smallest speed out I could, just local, with, you know, Tractor Supply, Walmart. Both of those had next to nothing. Traveled to the next town the following night. Went to Harbor Freight. Good old Harbor Freight, man. Love my Chinesium. And got a set of speed outs. I think I got like 2 or 3 sets just to see what would work. And it took a while. It took a while of drilling. I had to kind of drill like a pilot hole, and then I had to use there a bit. And I basically had to bottom out their little short, average size bit. And I really didn't think it was going to work, man. I went forever and ever and ever, and I was just getting pissed the whole time, just pushing really hard, just putting a ton of pressure and weight on it. And eventually it grabbed. I really didn't think it was going to. I didn't think it was going to work. I went back and forth between the drill and the bit for quite a while. I think just the speed out portion probably took me a good 20 to 30 minutes. And I drilled a pilot hole with another drill bit and some other stuff. So this process took a while. I mean, total time working on this one stupid screw was probably, at least an hour and a half to 2 hours between all the different things I tried. Speed out and a pilot drill bit. That's the way to go. Oh my God, we got it. Look at that. Oh, we got it. That is hours of pain there. Doesn't even want to release. Oh, sweet Jesus. I don't think we damaged anything below the plate. I sure hope not. I'm gonna blow it out with the air compressor and find out. Eventually it grabbed, it took off, but I had to almost bottom out that little bit. And I was really kind of worried that I was gonna tear up the threads on the inside of the slide. But as you can see from the inset footage, it all worked out. And hold on, let me set my drink down. Sponsored by Coca-Cola. Be less white. That's a loss. That's a loss. That's a loss. I shouldn't say that. Okay, I'm not sponsored by Coca-Cola or Beretta. I'm actually not. I wish I was sponsored by Beretta. Right now, I'm not happy with them, but I do like them. But sorry, I faced that away from the camera. Look, there you go. Nothing in there. All right, so primary arms had a sell on the Hollow Suns. I picked up the 508. Almost bit me. Picked up the 508T, the titanium one. Picked up the RMR footprint plate from Beretta's website. It was like 30 bucks. Everything's good now. We're all good. But those factory screws, those little heck head screws, which I had to go with the Beretta screws again, because the Hollow Sun screws for this optic are too short to go through the optic of the plate and into the slide. So I had to use the hex head again, which I hate. But they're okay. They went in. I got them torqued to about 16, 17 foot-pounds with some blue Loctite. So hopefully I don't have to take those out again. But it's on there. It's zeroed. Shoots very well. I don't think I have footage. I think I have footage of my mom shooting it. I don't think I was recording it when I was out zeroing it, but we'll get some footage. We'll get some people shooting this. It runs really good with an optic, super accurate. I might put some suppressor height sights on there later. I do like a co-witness, but we'll worry about that later. But back to what we're talking about. So, screw stripped out, clamped this in the vise with the rubber pads, and I started drilling. And I drilled for freaking ever. I finally got that out. I cleaned it all out, the air compressor. Didn't see any damage to the threads. So I kind of dry fitted the screws. Everything seems okay. Get the optic plate set on. Everything else went great. Mounting this optic took me all of 2 minutes. And that's torquing it down to the correct spec, which Beretta is 15 to 18 inch-pounds, not 70, not 100, not 55 foot-pounds. I ranted about this enough already. I'm leaving it alone. It's ridiculous. Should not have to play machine shop to mount an optic. It's ridiculous. I don't know what is going on there. I don't know, is it the screws suck? Is it that some idiot is, out there with an impact in your factory just running down these plate optics? I don't understand. I really don't. But I was like, oh no, I screwed it up. And then after looking into it a little bit, I find out hundreds and hundreds of people complaining about the same thing. So you know what? I feel a little bit better. It's not just me. It's not just me being a big ham-handed ogre. It is 100% some douchebag in the Beretta factory just running a half-inch impact on slide screws. Let's gut it out, man. But all that said and done, I got it out. I'll throw in some footage of that. And I'm really loving it with an optic. Just really ups the game that much more. As far as the holsters, I do have the Blackhawk Omnivore coming in, like an outside the waistband. We're going to try that out. Also for the TLR1. I'll probably do another video. We'll do some more shooting with it. We'll see how the holsters run. Seriously, anybody has a good manufacturer of a actually proper made Kydex holster that will fit that kind of setup right there, red dot and light, please let me know. If you have an original APX with a holster and you know that these things, the A1s, will fit, let me know. That's fine. I've seen some of those. I think Safariland and a couple others make some for the originals. I can make that work. But everything I've seen, people are complaining and saying they do not fit. The A1s do not fit the new gen holsters. Let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. I'm sure you guys, along with myself, we don't, just a lot of us don't have that free cash to throw, $100, $200 at a holster and hope it fits. And then, oh, it's wrong. Let's send it back. I still don't have a holster. I know I don't want to do that. I know you guys don't want to do that. So if you've been down that road, if you have the experience with that, share it with the rest of us. Appreciate it. That's it. That's all I got. If you're waiting on profound words of wisdom, you're in the wrong channel.